Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says he has never seen Russian and Chinese jets fly together like they did off the coast of Alaska Wednesday. Retired four-star General Jack Keane joins me now. General, are we being challenged everywhere, and can the U.S. military cope?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Stuart. I mean, the reality is China and Russia have established a strategic partnership enabled by North Korea and Iran. And this axis that has come together in an alliance, and let's call it for what it really is, collaboration and cooperation is real. To give you an example, China has literally revitalized Russia's defense industrial base. They are cranking out now hundreds of tanks and fighting vehicles and artillery pieces where they were taking old tanks out of the boneyard just a few months ago. Iran has a manufacturing factory in Russia producing drones. China is financing Iran's war in the Middle East. Why? Because they're buying all of Iran's oil, by and large. The sanctions, we're not doing anything about it. And Iran is flush with money, and that's how they've got all these missiles, 130 to 150,000 in the hands of the Hezbollah, tens of thousands in the hands of the Houthis, who've managed to shut down the Suez Canal, for weeks. And the mission has failed in terms of preventing that from happening in the mind of the commander of U.S. forces in the region, who's appealing for assistance on this from the Secretary of Defense. So this is the threat that we're facing. Stuart, I'm on a congressional commission, been on it for 18 months, bipartisan, and we conclude the threats from these nations are serious and dangerous and something we have not seen since World War II.
Wow.
And the likelihood is real that the United States could be involved in multiple theaters of war at the same time as we were in World War II, because look at what's already happening. War in Europe, war in the Middle East, China threatening war in the Indo-Pacific region. So these airplanes are just a symbol of something that's much larger that's threatening the United States. And Stuart, they're aggressive and they're confident because they believe the United States leadership is weak and they have an opportunity here to exploit our vulnerabilities.
Indeed. I changed the subject briefly. Earlier this week, Ukraine's top diplomat met with China's foreign minister about the war with Russia. General, why is Ukraine going to China for help in ending the war?
Well, I think the principal reason is twofold. China has offered in the past a peace proposal last year that fell on deaf ears. It was dead on arrival as far as all the Europeans in the United States. So they have made an overture in this area. But second, the most significant reason is that their influence with Russia. And so I think Ukraine is willing to work with China to influence Russia to see if they can make some kind of accommodations leading to the end of this war. Okay. And where Ukraine doesn't want to give up territory, Russia isn't about to give up any of the occupied territory that they have from Ukraine now. So clearly, there needs to be something negotiated out here. I don't think we're anywhere close to negotiations and a deal right now, but I think what Ukraine is trying to do is set the stage for it, the framework for it. Okay. And let me tell you something else. I think they probably have some concerns to it. If there is a transition in government from the Biden administration to the Trump administration, I think it's not clear to the Ukrainians, where the Trump administration would be on funding the effort to continue providing weapons and ammunition to them.
I can see
so that may be another issue in the background for them as well.
General, would you just stay there for a second? Hang with me for a while. I just want to give a report on what's going on in France at the moment. France has been hit by coordinated attacks, and this is hours before the opening of the Olympic Games. Tell me more, please, Ashley.
Yeah, it's an absolute mess. France's high-speed rail network being hit by coordinated arson attacks that has led to major disruptions to the country's busiest rail lines. Eurostar trains from London to Paris have been affected with cancellations and delays. And as you say, it comes as the Olympic Games are getting underway. And French holidaymakers, by the way, are preparing to leave on vacation this weekend, the busiest weekend of all. Authorities say the coordinated attacks have left thousands of passengers, as many as 1 million, stranded at rail lines all across the country. So far, no one has claimed responsibility, which will take days to repair, by the way. And now we're hearing that some athletes may not be able to make the opening ceremony today. Soccer matches, for example, were played in cities across France this week already, including as late as Thursday night. But with many trains cancelled, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to get back to Paris for the Olympic ceremony. So what a mess.
Yes,
Stu.
indeed. Let's bring back General Jack Keane. General, you're a military guy. What do you make of what's going on in France now?
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see. Normally, radicalized groups who are taking action like this normally claim some credit for it. So we'd likely see that happening unless it's not one of these radicalized groups. But obviously, they're sending a message in terms of disrupting the flow of people wanting to participate in the Olympic Games. And it should be a warning, to the world writ large, in some of the other major events that are coming, and some of them in the United States with the World Cup coming here, about the challenges that we're all going to be faced as these security situations worsen.
We've got an open border here, and we have known terrorists coming across that open border, and we've got an election in 100 days. I mean, you can see that the threat is there. We're related to it. General Jack Keane, I'm out of time. Wish I had more. General, we'll see you again soon, I do hope. See you later.